here it is. I wasn't born in a family that went to church. My mother was raised Catholic, so she talked to us about Jesus and everything, but we didn't get to go to church because my dad wouldn't let her take us. He was an alcoholic, whole different story. So when she divorced my dad, she married my stepdad, who was another alcoholic, and we still didn't go to church. She was way out of the habit by then. But we lived in a trailer park, and next to the trailer park, it's on Highway 62 as a matter of fact, and Winfrey Baptist Church was right there. And the house between the trailer park and the church was a family that we became friends with. And they had some children around my age and my sister's age, and we went to school with them, rode the bus with them. We would play with them after school, and they went to church, but I'm not sure what religion they were. It was not Baptist or Catholic, that's all I know. But we did visit with them at their church, my sister and I. It was, strange. It scared us. We did not understand this Christian stuff, all these special words they used, and all this love and touching, and it made us very nervous. One day, the girl, her name was Brenda, she was telling me how I could get Jesus in my life. And I thought that was a really good idea. I thought maybe that might help me in some way. I don't think I ever really thought it through thoroughly, but she seemed happy. Her family was great. They had Jesus, and I wanted Jesus. So she helped me pray the sinner's prayer, and there was obviously a lot more to it, but she did help me get saved when I was 12. And fast forward, go to high school, graduated high school, met my husband. They were raised Catholic. So when we got married, we were married in Catholic church. And it really meant something to me to be married in a church. We had done the Catholic training, and it was important to me to have God in my marriage. I didn't know the reasons why it's important, but it was. And a year later, I had my baby, and she was sick. She had to have surgery when she was 3 weeks old, and in the hospital when I had her, we knew she was sick, and his family wanted the priest to come in and baptize her, because if she died, they wanted her to go to heaven. I didn't think that way, but it was no skin off my teeth to make them happy. So we baptized her. Obviously, she did well through her surgery. She's 32 now. I spent my life until I was 35 always having Jesus in my life, but in the back of my life. I was one of those spiritual people that thought I was a Christian because I had Jesus. I didn't go to church. I didn't read my Bible. I didn't do any of that stuff. But because I had been saved, I felt like I was riding some kind of little cloud. And it was like in October, it was High Attendance Sunday of 1997 that I came here. I was invited. And I didn't come to Sunday school. I wouldn't come to Sunday school, but I said I would go to church. And the sermon that day was about God knocking on the door, and he'll knock and he'll knock and he'll knock. And he may get tired of knocking one day. And that totally freaked me out. I did not want him to leave. I just kept coming. I never did commit to Sunday school, but I kept coming to church. And that was in October. Well, in January of 98, I got baptized. And that was the very best day that I had in a long time. I came to church for like almost 2 years, and then I quit coming. My dad had died and went through some things, and I just quit coming. But then in 2003, I attended an Emmaus walk. Emmaus taught me what I needed to know to become a member of a church, not just to come to church, a productive member, to volunteer, to step out and to do. And so then I started getting involved in things, and let me tell you what, everybody here has let me stick my finger and my nose everywhere I wanted to go and let me, get involved. I was teaching VBS, and I had never even been to VBS. Stuff like that made me feel good that that I could do those things. And I wasn't that scared little girl anymore that didn't understand the language and the process of being a Christian. And through stepping out and doing things, I was learning what being a Christian really is about. But I said all that to say this, that the girl that helped me get saved, Brenda, I don't know if she ever knew how important that was to me, that she always talked about God with me, that she didn't think, she wasn't scared to talk about God. And she knew how important it was to talk to me about God. If she had not been in my life never took a path where I think that would have happened. You might be the 15th person that witnessed to somebody, but that's when it's God's time. And it's got to be when their heart's ready and when God's prepared their heart. Maybe that's the one that gets in. But God's got to prepare their hearts for that. And so don't always expect a miracle, and don't not witness, because it's very important. I'm kind of living proof of that, because if she had not bothered with me, I may not be sitting here. Now in my life, Christ, I have a marriage of 33 years. We're good friends. We love each other. We have a daughter. I'm happy. I have joy. And joy, I don't mean that I laugh a lot. I just mean, I just have joy. You know, there's so many things that go on in my life that I don't have to stress out about. I just give it to God. And God is leading me down a path. And He's leading me down a path at this church. I know that for a fact. I don't belong anywhere else. I belong here, and I'm gonna stay. But He's leading me in a life of service over the last 10 years that has been amazing. I wouldn't trade it for anything. And to me, getting saved was awesome. Getting baptized was fabulous. But it's been the ride that's been the best of all. I love the ride. It's like riding the biggest roller coaster at the park over and over and over. I'm Cris, and I'm His.